Start off your afternoons with Ashton and Selo, as they calm your nerves and shine a light into your life. This is the afternoon show with Ashton and Selo.
What a blessing to have you tuned in here to the afternoon show. Today, Ashton and I will be discussing unicorns and the power of faith. What if unicorns really exist? What kind of power does faith have? All this and more after this song. This is Set You Free by Heartworks.
There's a light and it's calling out your name. Can you feel the love, an eternal source of another worldly plane? I believe that my story is not done. With the universe so full and big, I can't wait to have some fun. Oh, I believe that the music sets you free.
There you have it. That was Set You Free by Heartworks. Hope you guys enjoyed that song. Thanks for hanging in there. My name is Selo, and I am joined, as always, by the lovely Ashton Robertson.
So glad to be here, and dang, what an awesome song. Jeez, that was so good.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was like, As I was listening, I was like, "Oh, this is a great song." I love how it works.
Right. Me too. I'm so glad that you discovered them, and wow, just
Definitely.
love it.
Cool. So let's go ahead and dive into today's topic. The word unicorn may invoke images of a mythical horse with a large spiraling horn, at least for me. But what about you, Ashton? What comes to mind when you think of a unicorn?
Same. Generally white. Sometimes I think of like a black unicorn. Um, I guess when I think of it, like every every spirit guide and every power animal that people have, I feel, is an aspect of our greater imagination. And so, like, unicorns are this very like fantasy style spirit guide. Most people have never seen a real unicorn, but it kind of like invokes this like higher imagination. And I really love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, the word unicorn itself it just stands for one horn. So anything with like one horn coming out of it could be considered a unicorn. But I think for most people, especially Shannon, who just painted like 30 unicorns, it is like the image of the horse, and it's just such a magical and a powerful creature, a fantasy creature, but in our culture, especially in the movies, it makes this creature seem to be something that is very mysterious, but many people do see unicorns as a fantasy, something that exists in our imaginations, but not in physical reality. And I think this is where the power of faith comes in. Ashton, do you believe that if we had true faith in unicorns, do you think that they could actually become a reality?
Yeah, I think unicorns are potentially like existing on a higher dimensional plane where we can't perceive, but that would be like right here. I feel there's quite a few of these imaginary creatures from childhood stories that were real. Maybe we were interacting with them in the past, but because our energy fields got lowered and we're not as an expanded state, that we can't perceive them anymore, just as we can't perceive the spirit world. But I feel what you're saying with faith is the key, because and also I just kind of feel like with the unicorns, like they're not going to want to be around you unless you believe in them, because they don't want to get hurt and they don't want to be judged, just as you wouldn't. And so through the power of faith and opening our imagination up to infinite possibilities, then, maybe that's when they'll reveal themselves. Dragons, unicorns, I believe, are just higher dimensional beings that are within our field interacting with us, and powerful spirit guides, as well as like traveling fellow companions on the earth journey. And I think, through the heart, through faith, just because you have an experience, it doesn't mean it's real. So people just kind of assume that it's not real, but I think that's like the antithesis, whatever that word is, of science. Like science is like open until it's proven wrong, and we have to keep inquiring about these things. And until you have that faith and belief that it's possible, it's not going to click into place.
Right. So I think the power of faith is something that you can see throughout recorded history. So, for example, the Greeks, the Romans, they had a certain culture. So they had the gods, the Greek gods, right? And so they had so much faith in that, and the fact that was real, that I think it actually did become real for them. And as we look back at it now, like, we don't have faith that was actually real. So to us, it seems such a fantasy, it's like almost like a movie. But I think with the power of faith, really anything can happen and can come true.
Yeah, it's like our beliefs structure reality, and so if a whole culture doesn't believe in this higher dimensional realm, then we get shut out from it and we can't perceive it. But then like individuals will tap into it because they have, more of an open mind. But what if our whole culture started like, having this faith? And I've started to notice like around my friend group, as more and more people open to these ideas, they start seeing dragons and the clouds and unicorn synchronicities everywhere. And it's like those things are very real, and it tends to start after, they have that faith and have the possibility is in their mind all of a sudden. And then the universe responds with, oh, okay, that door can open for you because you believe it. And it's all based on free will. So if we have a whole culture denying it, then we're shutting out the whole reality. But, I think even, aliens or any higher dimensional being, it's like unless you have the internal belief structure to like manifest it or like allow those realities to be in like vibrational like harmony with you, I guess, then you can't like perceive it.
Yeah. So you're talking about like opening up to seeing dragons, stuff like that. I had an experience where at this festival in Cumberland called Dell Fest, I was sitting in the bleachers watching the music, and Shannon was next to me. And all of a sudden, I see just two birds flying across the sky. But then I looked more closely at them, and I noticed that they were gliding. They weren't even flapping their wings; they were just gliding. And then I noticed that they were huge. They were so big, and I noticed that, holy crap, these are like real dragons. These are like legitimate dragons flying by. And I look around, nobody sees it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And Shannon, she actually confirmed that there was a dragon. And I think for me, I just have such an open mind, and when I see stuff like that, like it doesn't freak me out a whole lot like I think it would a lot of people, and people would be like, oh, that's it's just a bird. But I think if you look at the sky, you can tell a difference between a little bird and then a huge dragon that's just flying high enough to look like a bird.
Right. I love that because it's like it happened in front of a huge group, and obviously people would have freaked out if they saw it, but only you saw it because you had that faith like we were talking about beforehand. And it's like when you have the faith, your energy is expanded, and then the realities can reflect that. So it's like these beings, the unicorns and the dragons are always here, but we can't perceive them because we don't have the beliefs to allow it. And the universe seems to be structured that way of like, what if you don't believe in it, then you can't really experience it, which is like relatively true. But just having that momentum over time, I've noticed like when I first started to experience it, it would be like, I'd see like an image at a store, and I'd see like 5 in a day. And then I started to see clouds, and then I started to see like physical manifestations. So it was like, as I was refining my belief patterns around it and like, wow, this is really possible. It could be possible. And then the universe gives you a sign like, it is. And then you get to experience deeper levels of it. So like, I've had little visions of like, maybe in the next 10, 20, 30 years, we'll all open our minds enough to start interacting with these beings in a very physical way. As we get, I think we have to step out of fear and into acceptance of, something that's not familiar with us, because kind of like I was saying earlier, it's like the unicorns aren't going to want to be around us if they know they're just going to get shot and killed as soon as they appear.
Mm-hmm. True.
Or like locked up.
Right. So there's a movie, a really well-known movie called Santa Claus, and at the end of it, the little boy
Tim Allen.
with Tim Allen, right? Santa Claus with Tim Allen, and at the end of it, the little boy he says, "Believing isn't seeing, or seeing isn't believing. It's believing when you're actually seeing. So believing is seeing."
Yeah, it reminds me of Peter Pan and the Lost Boys, like when they're in their imaginary land, all their food, like in the movie with Robin Williams, like he can't see the food they're eating at first until he believes in it. and has the faith in that. And once he believed in it, and I had he saw the food, but I've had experience with some UFOs where I was actually thinking about that Peter Pan movie, and I was like, ooh, like, man, all right, I believe, and I have the faith it's possible. And then literally within moments, I saw a little craft. I was like, oh my God, and it stayed there for like half an hour. And my friend was with me, and we both saw it, and there's like 3 of us, and we're like, oh my gosh. It was like, I just remember I was writing in my journal beforehand about that, like how believing is seeing, and that is just even so powerful to think about, like, what are we missing out on because you're like, oh, that's not possible for me, even in, attracting good opportunities in our life and, good relationships. People are like, oh, I'm not good enough to experience that. Like, I don't have, that's not possible because I've been told it's not possible. But, even, the cars we're driving around in and the phone, like, the internet, all that, it's like that seemed like fantasy 100 years ago. Mm-hmm. But, you look around the world and, like, I'm in Michigan and here in Maryland right now. That wasn't possible a while ago.
True. So faith and believing in yourself, it really does have a huge effect on creating your reality.
Yeah, like a physical, palpable effect. Mm-hmm. Physics.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well,
Physics.
I think this is a great topic, but I think we're ready now to move into one of my favorite segments, the Song Spotlight with Ashton.
So for this week, I think it's perfect for the subject too. Papadozio's song, All I Knew. And the message of the song is kind of like, when I was a kid, all I knew was love, and all I had, like, I didn't even know my name. All I knew was love. It's like we come into this world and we're full of faith, full of belief in ourselves, and we are only beings of love, but then our culture, kind of imprints us with all this other stuff, and it's good to, I think, return to that inner child, that natural state that we come into this world with, and I think it's a perfect song to remind us of that. So here's Papadozio, All I Knew.
Was you girls out here, I don't think you got this. The next little girl, a little boy, was about 6 years old. I'm 5 and a half. And I said, please, draw a picture of you today. And this is what the kids did. They all from different countries. They were about the same age and they drew similar pictures. Similar pictures.
Wow, what a great song. They really shredded on that one, don't they?
Woo! Man, such good lyrics and such great music.
Yes. And love some Papadozio. So any final thoughts on today's topic before we move into the final segment, the uplifting prank calls?
I would just say keep yourself open, and you never know what you're going to experience. Like, when I think I just started getting into anything's possible and having faith, and then, like, things just started happening to me. So it's, I think it's important to just have that foundation of faith, and anything's possible, and the universe will open its arms to you.
Mm-hmm. Well said. I totally agree with that. So, are you ready to get into some prank calls, Ashton?
Yep.
All right. Let's go ahead and do this. This is the uplifting prank calls.
Uplifting prank calls.
Thank you for calling the Flower Loft.
Hi, I was calling because I had a little issue. I heard that you weren't fully loving yourself, and I just wanted to call and tell you that it's okay to, like, love yourself fully for who you are, and that no matter what anyone else says, none of that matters, and just stay true to yourself, and just, like, maybe take some extra time to treat yourself, like, take yourself on a little date, and I just want to tell you that I love you, and you can do anything you put your mind to.
Extension. You may dial it now. For general information regarding our agency and services, please dial 2. Thank you.
Friendsworth, this is Kathy.
Hello, Kathy. How's your day going?
Pretty good.
Good. Well, I'm just calling because of what you guys do. It's really amazing, and it's something that this world definitely needs and needs more of. So I just want to say thank you for everything that you guys do.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah. I hope you guys get every bit of gratitude and recognition that you deserve.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yep. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Uplifting prank calls.
There we have it.
Yay!
I always love doing that segment for sure.
Oh my gosh. Every time it's so good.
Excellent.
Spreading
Well,
the love.
yeah, spreading the love. It's what we like to do, and so that's why we do the uplifting prank calls, and it's fun, and I think a lot of people enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's good to add a little surprise to people's day.
Definitely.
Especially, I like that we call businesses because, they're like probably getting complaints all day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's why we do that for sure. If anybody listening wants us to send an uplifting prank call to one of your coworkers or somebody you know personally, some family members, just send a comment to us and get a hold of us. Or you can email us, projectbringmetolife@gmail.com. Excellent. Any final thoughts, Ashton, of today before we leave them with a song?
Just want to thank you for putting this on, and so much gratitude for you having me be a part of this. And I hope everyone out there listening and tuning in has a miraculous day, and just know that you are loved.
Beautiful. Well, we'll end today's episode with this song, Evergreen, by Builder of the House.
Wait for me by the old oak tree, one that never sheds its leaves, and let it be a symbol unto thee that our love be evergreen. Promise me, be there patiently, laying where it spreads its seed. As I float on free in the canopy, nothing but the breeze and me. None for me, nothing left for me, nothing left for me to see. So let gravity bring me down to thee, through the boughs of evergreen. And the sun, it seems, shining down on we, kissing everything we see. And our tree, it sings a fine philosophy, let the love be